What's up, guys? It still feels good to be back on TPS. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so I'm always in your home as soon as you need me. I'm DeQwan Young, and today we present 10 athletes who are underrated because they're on a stacked team. And a big shout out to Cameron Stiers for suggesting this video. So guys like Mark Messier, Scottie, Pippen, and James Worthy will tell you what it's like to live in the shadow of a superstar teammate. You can be a legend and a Hall of Famer, but if you're not the guy, you'll forever be underrated. Number 10, Alex Bregman. He was key in the Houston Astros 2017 World Series championship team. Bregman batted .284 in 2017 and posted a WAR of 4.1. And he followed it up with 31 homers and 103 RBIs in 2018. But guess what? The Astros are too good. So people forget how great Bregman really is. And it doesn't help when you have former AL MVP Jose Altuve and a lineup full of other power hitters. The Astros also own perhaps the best rotation in all of baseball, led by Garrett Cole and former Cy Young winner Justin Verlander. Bregman's WAR was a whopping 6.9 in 2018 too. And this guy's like a legit MVP-like player, but he doesn't get the attention he deserves in Houston. I mean, he should be on such a good team. Number 9, Fred VanVleet. VanVleet began his career with the Toronto Raptors in 2016 and 17, and many believe he's a starting caliber point guard. But All-Star Kyle Lowry simply won't give that gig up. VanVleet is a key piece of the NBA's best bench. He averaged 8.6 points per game and 3.2 assists per game last season, and shot 42.6% from the field. It's quite possible Toronto has their long-term answer at point guard when Kyle Lowry eventually leaves. But for now, with Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard leading the way, VanVleet is simply backing them up, and his talents are going to be overlooked for a long time. Number 8, Nikolaj Ehlers. Drafted 9th overall by the Winnipeg Jets in 2014, Ehlers has emerged as a big-time scorer and playmaker. The problem is, he's probably only like the 5th or 6th best player on a stacked Jets team. Well, that's actually probably good, right? Ehlers was key in helping Winnipeg reach the 2018 Western Conference Finals. He registered 25-plus goals and 60-point seasons in 2016-17 and 2017-18. But people were still too busy talking about the other Jet stars. You know, MVP candidates like Mark Scheifele and Blake Wheeler, or future 50-goal scorer Patrick Laine. We could even throw in the name of a world-class goalie like Connor Hellebuyck. You see, this is why people don't talk about Ehlers. Number 7, JuJu Smith-Schuster. JuJu had an excellent rookie season for the Steelers in 2017, notching 58 catches for 917 yards and 7 touchdowns. But the Steelers have the Killer Bees offense, and it's by far the best offensive trio in the NFL. You know, 2-time Super Bowl champion Ben Roethlisberger, the game's best wide receiver in Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell. Well, not this year. You throw in Pittsburgh's top quality offensive line, and JuJu doesn't get the love he deserves. We suppose that bodes well for Smith-Schuster's fantasy owners who were able to steal him in later rounds. Number 6, James White. The New England Patriots are loaded with talent, and when you win as often as they do, many of your players get the recognition they deserve, but not James White. White has been a member of the Patriots since he was drafted by the team in the 4th round of the 2014 NFL Draft. And all he's done since then is pile up receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, all while taking a backseat to the team's other running backs on most occasions. White's biggest claim to fame is definitely his Super Bowl 51 performance. In that game, he scored 3 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime, helping the Pats erase a 25-point deficit to secure their 5th Lombardi trophy. Surprisingly, White was not awarded Super Bowl MVP. Tom Brady got it instead. And you want to talk about being overshadowed by the other superstars on your team. Number 5, Xander Bogaerts. The Boston Red Sox shortstop is really one of the top young stars in the game, but nobody ever talks about him. When it comes to discussing the Red Sox top players, annual MVP candidate Mookie Betts and All-Star JD Martinez earn all of the attention. And it's not just the Red Sox lineup stealing the spotlight. Gotta talk about that rotation. Rotation. Ace pitcher Chris Sale and former AL Cy Young winner David Price earned more love than Bogaerts, even though he's one of the top shortstops all around. Bogaerts' career batting average is in the 280s, and his wins above replacement always hovers around 2. It peaked at 4.6 in 2015. And people don't want to credit this guy for this team's success? Okay then. Number 4, Brandon Graham. A key part of the Philadelphia Eagles team that won the Super Bowl, Brandon Graham is almost never mentioned when it comes to discussing Philly's top players. Guys like Carson Wentz, who's the franchise quarterback, and he deserves the credit, and so does standout tight end Zach Ertz and Alshon Jeffrey. Hell, even Nick Foles gets more credit than Brandon Graham. This man is one of the best pass rushers around though. Graham has 5 seasons of 5.5 or more sacks in his career. And he made the game-saving play by strip sacking Tom Brady to help Philly seal their first ever Super Bowl. Number 3, Evgeny Kuznetsov. The Washington Capitals simply don't win the Stanley Cup in 2018 without Kuznetsov. No sir, they do not. But of course, the other superstars on Washington got most of the credit, and this includes franchise icon Alexander Ovechkin. There's also all-star goalie Braden Holtby and the other top scorer Nicholas Backstrom. Over his last 3 seasons, Kuznetsov has knocked 77, 59, and 83 points. Yep, 83 points. And a Stanley Cup. You don't think about him? Come on, people. Number 2. Yannick Ngakoue. Ngakoue is part of the Jaguars defense that many believe to be the best in the NFL. He had 12 sacks in 2017 and got the Jaguars to the AFC Championship game. But in case you didn't know, this whole Jacksonville team is loaded with star powers on defense. And because of that, Ngakoue isn't one of the guys who gets much credit when his team puts together a fine performance on the field. Star cornerbacks A.J. Boyer and Jalen Ramsey get most of the credit for the team's success, as does star pass rusher Calais Campbell. Ngakoue is really among the top pass rushers in the NFL, and people would notice if he was on any other team. Number 1, Eric Gordon. With the dynamic duo of Chris Paul and James Harden in the fold, Eric Gordon and the other Rockets are taking back seats. It's just part of being a basketball player in Houston now. Gordon helped them win an NBA best 65 games last year, and they fell just 1 game shy of reaching the NBA Finals. Gordon averaged 17.1 points per game over his first 2 seasons with the Rockets. He plays fine defense, is a quality shooter, and is a borderline star. But, you know, playing besides 2 future Hall of Famers doesn't really help him earn the spotlight. I mean, I guess it's better than being the star on a horrible team. What other athletes are underrated because they're on stacked teams? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we truly appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.
My knee.